After two solid games, the Avs kind of found themselves falling back into old habits in this one. Avs lose to the Dallas Stars 4-3 in the skills competition. Keep this one short as the Avs have their second half of a back-to-back in their final game to the season today. The first period was just complete domination by Dallas. They outshot the Avs 18-4, and the Avs couldn't get anything going except for maybe a 1-minute stretch about halfway through the period. Shortly after that, with less than 7 minutes to go, Dallas gets the first goal of the game. The Avs fail to clear the puck and is eventually going to come back for a one-timer in the central slot. It manages to get through, but there is also Cody Eakin screening in front. Looks like it probably bounces off of him. Smith gets a piece of it, but not enough. Trickles through, and then the Avs lose the race to the rebound. Ends up in the back of the net. The Avs are lucky to escape the first just down by one, but they do take a penalty late in the period, and Dallas wastes little time capitalizing on it at the start of the second. Just 30 seconds in, the Avs are on the PK. They play extremely soft at the blue line, allowing an easy zone entry for Dallas with a pass to the far boards. Once Dallas gets the zone, they continue to back off, which creates an easy pass to Sagan at the blue line, who now has a ton of room to skate into. He uses that room and then makes a pass to the near boards. From there, that's where the breakdowns really start to happen. From the top of the circle, first you have Boschman, who's too slow to get out and effectively challenge. That leaves Lindholm to stay back and cover the man in front of the net. And Landeskog kind of gets caught puck watching as his man sneaks in behind and just creates an easy goal. Ben just has a tap in here. For the first half of the second, it was just more of the same. The Stars dominating. I think they outshot the Avs about 9-3 in the first half. But then, finally, with less than 10 minutes left in the second, the Avs came alive and started to look like the team we've seen for the past two games again. Play starts with Andrighetto having a great individual effort, dangling through three Dallas players. Eventually, he does turn and send it back to Barrie at the point, who slides over a bit and then fires it on net. The key here is Barrie actually manages to get the shot on net, and he has Rantanen on the near side screening and McKinnon on the far side screening. When you put the shot on net, it has a chance to go in. This one happens to bounce off Rantanen and in. For here on out, tip-in goals is a theme, and for the Avs, someone like Barrie, who can actually shoot the puck on net, is the first step towards that. Most of the time, we see the Avs not even come close to anything with shots from the point, but Barrie was doing a very good job tonight of giving the Avs a chance to score goals. So the Avs go into the third down by one, and that is where they really crank it up and look like that quality team they have been for the past two games. 5 minutes in, they're creating chaos in the offensive zone and get a little luck off of a broken play. A good forecheck by Jost leads to a turnover for Dallas. It just kind of squirts out to the circle. Como grabs it and somewhat blindly throws it back up to the point. Boschman corrals it and just throws it on net, and Landeskog just puts an amazing tip on it into the top shelf. So with a little luck and a lot of skill on tips, the Avs have tied it up, and they keep pushing, and it doesn't take long for them to get their first lead of the game. Unfortunately, I don't have a quality clip of this one as my HD feed cut out, but the short of it is, Barrie's at the point, and he fires another one on net. He had McKinnon and Compher in front. It was definitely tipped, and they end up giving it to McKinnon at the end of the day. So the Avs leader puts them up by one, which is a big one. From there, I really thought the Avs could have won this game, but Dallas just ends up putting a great goal in at 5 minutes after the Avs' third. Right off the faceoff, Dallas wins it cleanly and quickly gets a shot on net. There's just not much you can do about this goal. As it's flying towards the net here, you're going to see Sagan in front. He's clearly covered well, but he just sticks his stick out and makes an impossibly good tip on the puck. Some goals are nobody's fault. You just get beat by good goals. But it's a tie game now, and neither team manages to do a whole lot in the last 6 minutes of the third, so we head to overtime. Overtime was interesting. The Avs got dominated again possession-wise. They really only had one or two good chances, while Dallas had 6 or 7. In fact, Dallas actually scored on one of their chances as Klingberg hit a rocket of a shot into the top corner. but it was called back after all the Avs have gone to the locker room as being offsides. Kind of a weird play to see the Avs coming back out of the locker room realizing they hadn't actually lost the overtime yet. With about 1 minute left in overtime, Dallas actually does get 2 or 3 more chances, but Smith stands tall and gets him to the shootout. Now, in the shootout, I wasn't expecting a whole lot. When you have your AHL backup goalie in, you know he's going to get scored on in the shootout. That's exactly what happened. Sagan has one of the best wrist shots in the NHL, and he just beats him as the Stars' first shooter. The Avs end up having Duchesne, McKinnon, and Rantanen go, and all 3 of them fail to score. The only one who really had a good chance at it was Duchesne, and he just failed to lift the puck. It's kind of unfortunate. You would like to see more out of the Avs offense there to help out their goalie. You know they needed to score to win this one. But the Avs lose, but they do get a point, which means if they do win today, they could still reach 50, maybe. Other news and notes, Andrighetto had 2 points again tonight and now sits at 15 points in 18 games for the Avs. The dude is just a stud, and I'm super excited for his next contract. With that deflection goal, Rantanen now sits at 19 total goals on the season, and I'm sure the Avs will be trying hard to get him that 20th tonight. Thought of the game on this one, the only player who actually is going to play all 82 games for us this season is McKinnon. Were you as surprised as I was that we were that injury-riddled? That is the end of this game review. Thank you for watching. For those of you interested in the Eagles stuff, they play their last regular season game on the 11th and then should start their playoffs on either the 13th or the 14th. For those of you interested in more Avalanche stuff, obviously we have the last game of the season coming up, but also I will be doing videos for the NHL Draft Lottery, as well as the expansion draft and the entry draft, and then free agency as well. So we still have plenty of content coming for the Avs in the off season. I'm Rudo3, and I still hate the shootout.